Hey Syracuse, you thinking outside the bun but without the stomach ache of fast food? We're here at Ponchito's on Newcourt Ave in Linkcourt. It's a top taqueria for a midday lunch or a late night snack. I walk into a familiar place of sweet smells and fresh taste. Over the past couple of years, I've become a frequent inhabitant of Ponchito's. Today, however, my journey to Newcourt Ave marks the start of satisfying Syracuse, so I get to go to the kitchen with Frank Mignacca Jr. His father, Frank Sr., is the owner of this taco takeout.
We've always said, Dad, like, you had the experience, you cook for all the neighbors, our friends. Why don't you just open a restaurant? We wanted to do an Italian, we're all full-blooded Italian here. The next year they went all over South America. They were in Guatemala, Ecuador, Peru. They stayed for probably a few months. They stayed with a village in the Andes Mountains. They gave them a bunch of their recipes. They exchanged a bunch of our recipes for theirs. Our name is actually spelled wrong. If you look at it, it's supposed to be spelled P-A-N, but we spell it with an O. Because my father, when he was down there, the day he left, he went to hand the father of the village, the oldest man there, the guy who kind of took care of him, he went to hand him an envelope, you know, to say thanks, and he put from Ponchito. But he spelled it wrong, and the villagers, they thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. This gringo's down here, you know, trying to soak up the culture, and he spelled the name wrong. We're not trying to fool anybody here. It's a bunch of Italians doing this.
Right.
The difference here from everywhere else is just the freshness of everything and the detail we put in everything.
With so many customers and only limited helping hands, I wonder to myself, how does Ponchito's please the masses?
It seems really full. Yeah. This is all lunch right here. We'll do this 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Right.
People always laugh. They're like, "What are you guys planning to, cook for the week?"
Things of chicken.
No, that'll be gone in an hour or two. Nothing sits here. Everything's always fresh.
So does this crazy business carry on throughout the night?
Open till 3 in the morning on the weekends. I mean, people come here. It's like they're still at the club.
I'll tell you what, there's always a lot of parties around here. People might go home with, especially someone. I'd rather go home with a super burrito. I mean, come on, let's be real. It's a family friend of mine, Tom Bazigian, properly dressed for the occasion. We're about to go have some Ponchitos because he's never had any before. Awesome, thank you very much. Cheese here. Alright, cheese and chicharron taco first.
Now this here would be the start of chicharron. The pork that we cook for the carnitas, that there is all the insides of this.
Okay.
But to make the chicharron,
is that just pork butt?
Yeah, bone-in pork butts.
Right.
But we leave anything above the bone stays on. This will all stay on there.
That's great. It makes it juicy, crispy.
This here is just
so that's one of those and hacked like that, huh?
Yep. Some of these pieces are real meaty, and then you might get a piece like that.
Yeah, nice and fat.
It's meant to be like this, and you're supposed to aerate it.
Well, that's glorious. Well, it's really crunchy, but it's still chewy, still soft and chewy. And
that's the best part.
It's a good mix. Yeah. I've never seen chicharron in Syracuse before in 30 years.
First of all, this thing is like a dumbbell. Like, I get a couple reps in, burn the calories real quick. Warm.
That is insane.
Wow. Look at that steak. That's so juicy. Look at that.
You need 2 hands, literally.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time I went to the dry cleaners anyways, so. Literally nothing more could fit in this. Like one more piece of rice would cause it to explode.
Yep. They started with a piece of melted sharp cheddar. Then they throw the rice on. And then you put your meat on. So you got your rice, your meat. Then you put on your jalapenos, your pico, your guac, your lettuce. sour cream, maybe some cilantro on there, and it's just like, man, it's heaven. And the thing is, they don't skimp on the beef. Like, look at how much beef is in there, you know?
It's definitely the biggest taco or burrito I've ever had.
That's another thing we said when we opened, man, is like, we're Italian, we're used to big portions. Everybody tells, any restaurant I've ever worked at, I've been told, man, you have a heavy hand, you have a heavy hand. But it works here, you know, like, I don't get yelled at here for it. When people go out, they want to be treated. They want to feel, you know, like they got something for their money.
The steak is just so juicy. Like, a lot of times the steak can be like tough or dry when it's in a burrito or something like that, but it's just, it's like pulled pork almost, you know what I mean?
It's got really good flavor.
Yeah, it's got great flavor.
The way Mexican food is you can have a steak burrito in 6 different Mexican restaurants, and all 6 of the places might make it totally different. Because Latin American food and Mexican food, it's all about the spices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about what you're flavoring it with. And everything's got a lot of flavor, and everything's fresh, man.
You just can't stop. Can't stop sliding. Can't stop eating. These are Dr. Pepper chicken wings.
The way the wings are is the sauce is the real star of the show there.
Right.
The wings are just regular deep fried wings, but the Dr. Pepper sauce is probably one of the, I mean, it's like a science project back here when he does that. He starts it with like a roux, gets it like a flour butter mix, and then he starts mixing in, he's got puts Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, brown sugar, honey. I mean, the thing's just nuts.
So
And it's got that hidden sweetness.
I've never had it before, so it's first bite. It's like, it's got that buffalo spice to it, but it's not that hot because it's really rounded out by the sweetness of the Coke and the Dr. Pepper. I usually concede my clothes after a meal. It's just like, I give up. There's going to be cheese and hot sauce on them after a meal. It's the price of glory. That's right.
This is like clearly enough food for at least 4 people.
I mean, for normal people, not like us.
Wait, for, you know, typical human beings who respect themselves and have dignity.
Look at that. Oh, man. It smells so sweet.
He came in one day with a couple ears of corn, and he said, I want to try this. Everybody come in the back. We all came back here. He was frying it. He pulled it up, broke pieces in half. We're all eating it, and everybody's like, man, this is freaking good. Yeah. And after that, he wanted to put it on the menu. People are going nuts over that now. Yeah. So we're just trying to wing new stuff out every day, and that's our latest venture, the deep fried corn.
I've never had deep fried corn.
It's so sweet. It tastes like it's been like slow roasted. Like,
Oh yeah.
barely anything done to it. Just nice and simple.
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a Captain Crunch or like some toasted corn cereal. Like
Yeah, it's so sweet. It's so
everybody
juicy.
should try this. This is amazing.
I usually rate my meals on how much I sweat.
So this is up there?
This is way up there.
I think that the corn was the most unique thing. I've never had anything like it. I mean, you can't fill a man cannot live on corn alone, but this was definitely the most unique part and probably the most kind of subtle. But chicken wings were really unique. I don't know, but that chicharron taco, I don't think I've ever had a better taco before. Especially in Syracuse, that's really a treat. You know they're good wings also when you don't need blue cheese.
Yeah, that's the key. Didn't even touch it. I feel like California is just growing on my shirt. It's about to split off.
I feel like I better have one more belt loop left or else I'm going to be in trouble.
Just when I thought that I reached my satisfying saturation.
Rating
Tacos?
system for
What?
Oh.
Alright.
They called the other shop and placed the pickup for the Bailey shop.
Oh, okay. Alright. Lucky day.
Free tacos.
Thank you very much.
This seems done.
It's curious because initially we thought very high things and had high regard of the Ponchito staff, but now it appears that they're actually trying to murder us.
For Renee.
For Renee.
Whoever Renee is, Renee, thank you, Renee. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Renee. You'll get a bill from the hospital on my account.
I want to thank Frank McDaca, Sr. and Jr. for letting me come into Ponchito's today and enjoying all their food. Thanks, Renee, for the messed up order and the free food. 6 tacos. Time for round 2, folks.